since we're done with your sinus rhythm, guys, we'll now move on to the next part of the discussion. Sabi natin, we'll discuss mga atrial dysrhythmia. So, ibig sabihin, this is everything that concerns the upper chamber of the heart or your atria. Klaro ba? Yes. Guys, refresh lang natin. Did we say P, Q, R, S, T? And the first wave, the P wave. Guys, tell me, P, Q, R, S, T. Tell me, is it the P wave that concerns the atrial contraction or atrial depolarization? Yes, my dear. So, ibig sabihin, ma'am, mga atrial dysrhythmia, we take a look at primarily the P wave po. Yes, kasi most of the time, guys, atrial dysrhythmia, they will present as a P wave abnormality. Klaro ba? Yes, kasi nasa ng dysrhythmia, nasa ng pangit na rhythm, nasa atria ba, sa upper chambers ba? Yes. So, it gets reflected on the P wave. Klaro ba? Yes. So guys, in simple terms, when you look at your electrocardiogram, it should be perfect PQ or ST. If there's an ugliness, hindi perfect ang P wave mo, that's an atrial problem. That's an atrial dysrhythmia. So yun yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Klaro ba? Yes. So guys, tingin dito ha. Ang pinaka-first na atrial rhythm na pag-uusapan natin is what you call your what? Atrial flutter. Ayan, atrial flutter. So, tignan mo ba? From the word itself, flutter. Ibig sabihin, guys, nagfa-fluttering lang. Fluttering atrium. Ayan, okay? Fluttering atrium. So, guys, does it sound like it's flying like a butterfly or like a bird, di ba? Parang ganon. Ang nangyayari dito, guys, you see this appearance. You see the pattern, the sawtooth appearance or the sawtooth pattern. Klaro? Ayan. So, yan. Yan, guys. Sawtooth. Parang lagare. Ganyan. Okay? So, PPP, QRST. Tapos, PPP, QRST. Parang ganyan. So, guys, andito, meron akong picture dito para mas klaro. Ayun. Klaro yan? Ayan, di ba? So, i-zoom natin ha. Tingnan natin. Let's figure out where's the P, where's the QRS, and the T. Guys, look at that. Do you have PPP, QRST, P, QRST, P, QRST, PP, QRST, PP, di ba? So guys, anong na-notice mo? Guys, do they look like mirror image of each other? Yes, mukhang perfect naman sila at some point, ma'am. But ma'am, the problem is, parang ang dami ko pong P waves. Klaro? Dapat ba isa lang ang P wave mo, my dear? Yes. So pag dumami, guys, does it look like the atrium is fluttering? Yes. Para ba silang mga maliliit na pakpak, perfect wing shape? Yes. Guys, that rhythm is what you call your atrial flutter. Klaro ba? Yes. Guys, tingnan mo ha. Anong sabi natin in the books? It says that the atrial flutter, sawtooth appearance. Para bang lagari yan, guys? Para bang ngipin ng lagari mo yan? Yes. Pag nakita mo ang ngipin ng lagari, walang mintis. That's your what? Atrial flutter. Pag sinabing atrial flutter, is that a P wave abnormality? Yes. So what do you see, guys? Sawtooth appearance, where precisely? P wave ba? Yes. Si P wave mo ba ang abnormal dito? Yes. But your QRST, perfect ba silang lahat? Yes. Ayun, guys. Perfect sila. The only problem is your P wave. Correct? Yes. So what do you call that? Atrial flutter, a fluttering atrium. Anong nangyayari? Sawtooth appearance. Okay? Guys, ano pa? Ano pang pwede mong masabi dyan? Guys, you also see multiple P waves and a normal QRS and T wave. Claro? Yes, because an atrial dysrhythmia is a P wave problem, like the atrial flutter with multiple P wave that looks like a sawtooth appearance. Klaro ba? Yes, so hindi ka magkakamali ha sa diagnostics mo. Multiple P wave is a flutter. Klaro? Yes. So ma'am, ang alam ko, 'di ba, dapat pag nag-contract si atrium, napupunta siya kay ventricle. So ibig sabihin ba dito sa flutter, ma'am, nagko-contract ang atrium pero hindi na-deliver kay ventricle lahat? Yes. Kaya bang maraming atrial contraction before a QRS segment? Yes, precisely. Guys, yan, kung makikita mo yan, in your atrium, you can at least conduct, no? It can reach at least 250 beats per minute until it reaches 400 beats per minute, and that one is only happening in the atria, the upper chambers of the heart, while the ventricles maintain their normal rhythm in 100 beats per minute. Klaro? Yes, kasi nagfa-flutter ang atrium mo. So guys, tell me, does it look like a tachyarrhythmia? Parang tachycardic rhythm ba yan sa atrium mo? Yes, precisely. So later on, you'll notice ang mga management natin dito is to try and slow down the atrium. Try and manage the tachycardic rhythm of the atrium. Klaro? Yes. And guys, remember ha, tulad nung sinabi natin bago lang, 'di ba? Did we say that every time the atrium contracts, it should go to the ventricle so that the ventricle may contract as well? Yes. So just imagine and think what happens in atrial flutter. The atrium is contracting a lot of times, but it's not able to deliver it to the ventricles, correct? Yes. So imagine what happens to the blood inside the chambers of the atrium if the atrium is contracting fast, but it's unable to give it to the ventricles. Is the blood gonna stay inside the atrium? Yes. Guys, tandaan mo ha, this one, atrial flutter, there is an important concept that increases your risk for clot formation. For clot formation. Because every time the atria contracts, it's unable to deliver it to the ventricles. That's why there's multiple atrial contraction before it's able to produce a QRS segment or a ventricular contraction. Claro? Yes. So risk for a clot is likely in your atrial flutter. Claro ba? Yes. Okay. So guys, remember that how we have to manage that as well in a flutter. So you may ask, Ma'am, what causes a patient to have atrial flutter? Tell me, guys, what 250 to 400 beats per minute, does that look tachycardic to you? Yes. So tell me, the cause, can it be because of too much stressful activity, like activity, guys, physical activity, stressful physical activity, pwede ba yon? Yes, that one can cause atrial flutter. Guys, tell me, pwede bang you are psychologically stressed, you are very anxious and very stressed psychologically, pwede ba? Yes. Guys, tell me, can it be because of stimulants? Yes, nasobrahan ka sa caffeine, naka 5 cups of coffee ka a day or in the morning pa lang, okay? Kasi nagre-review ka sa board exam. Pwede ka bang magkaroon ng atrial flutter? Yes, okay guys, ang dibdib mo niyan guys, nagpapalpitate na, no? That's how it feels kapag may atrial flutter ka. So, pwede bang because of stimulants? Guys, alam mo to, pag sinabi nating stimulant, did we mean it's food? Yes. Pwede bang nasobrahan ka sa chocolate? Yes. Nasobrahan ka sa caffeine? Yes. Guys, can it be because nasobrahan ka sa medications tulad ng mga nasal decongestants, di ba? Yes. Mga may components of epinephrine or epinephrine dopamine. Yes, guys, pwede ba dahil nasobrahan ka din sa ating mga drugs, illicit drugs, like your ACE, sabi natin, letter A, that's your amphetamine, shabu. Letter C, pag ikaw na medyo naging syala, cocaine. And letter E, kapag ikaw nagpa-party, ecstasy, di ba? Yes, pag nasobrahan ka sa mga yan, guys, pwede ka magkaroon ng atrial flutter. Klaro ba? Yes. So guys, tignan mo ha, anong sabi natin? Atrial flutter, ma'am. Most of the time, no, when you look at the monitor and you observe atrial flutter, but it's just momentary, sandali lang, tapos nawala na kaagad. And then when you look at the patient is perfectly fine. Guys, tell me, in that situation, what are you gonna do? The patient is normally normal, perfectly fine, walang problema. But in the ECG or in the cardiac monitor, nag-show ng panandali ang atrial flutter. What are you gonna do? The best answer is to what? Continue to monitor. Klaro? Yes. Kasi ano yung motto natin dito, guys? Do we treat the patient and not the monitor? Yes. Do we treat the patient and not the rhythm? Yes, precisely. So tell me, when do you step in as a nurse when the patient has atrial flutter? Guys, alam na alam mo na to. When the patient complains of what? Hemodynamic instability. Ang high natin. Klaro? Yes. Guys, did we say that's your brain, heart, and body problem? Yes. Okay. So tell me, guys, may atrial flutter ang pasyente mo, problem with the brain, nag-present na siya ng altered level of consciousness. Do you have to manage? Yes. Guys, may atrial flutter, complaining of chest pain. Do you have to manage? Yes. Guys, may atrial flutter, complaining of hypotension, low blood pressure. Do you have to manage? Precisely. When do you step in as a nurse? Hemodynamic instability. If the patient is perfectly normal, what are you gonna do? Continue to monitor. Klaro ba? So guys, napapansin mo, we have a pattern. We follow the algorithm. Klaro ba? Yes, yan yung technique sa exam ha. Don't forget. So guys, tell me, ma'am, any of the three is present? I have to manage my atrial flutter patient. Yes. Guys, if the three of them are all present, all the more you have to manage. Precisely, my dear. Perfect. That's the mindset. Claro ba? Yes. So guys, tell me. Now let's look at the MGT of your atrial flutter. Management naman tayo. The first one, number one. Tell me, guys, ang atrial rate mo, does it reach 250 beats per minute to 400 beats per minute? Tulad ng sinabi natin dito, oh. Ayan, oh. Yes. Okay, so does that look like a tachyarrhythmia, tachycardic rhythm? Yes. Kaya ang number one, you get it right if you said, ma'am, ang gagawin ko first, vagal maneuver. Perfect. Vagal maneuver, is that the same when you say vagal stimulation? Yes, perfect. Guys, when you say vagal maneuver, vagus nerve ba ang sinistimulate mo dito? Yes. Vagus nerve, cranial number 10. Perfect. So guys, tell me, vagus nerve, will that promote your parasympathetic nervous system? Yes. Anong gusto mong mangyari dito, guys? Are you trying to lower the heart rate? Yes, because the atrial rate is too high, 250 to 400 beats per minute. Yes, kaya ka mag-vagal maneuver. Klaro? Yes. So guys, tell me, vagal maneuver ba kapag ikaw nagsabi sa patient, ma'am, carotid massage ako sa'yo ha? Yes. Can you tell the patient, ma'am, bear down on a closed glottis as if you are pooping? Mm, yes, pwede. Guys, can you tell the patient to do forceful coughing? Ahem, ahem, ahem. Hanggang sa magbaba yung heart rate or mawala yung flutter? Yes. Guys, next one. Pwede bang cold stimulus? You put the face on a bowl of ice? Yes. All of those things, they are your what? Vagal maneuver. Klaro? Na-discuss ba natin yan kanina? Yes. Perfect. Guys, pag hindi umubra ang vagal maneuver mo, number two, alam mo na to, anong gagawin mo? Guys, can you give your beta blockers, the drugs that ends in olol? Yes. Metoprolol. Ate, nolol. Propranolol. Anong gagawin ng beta blocker mo? Will block the beta cells? Yes. To block the sympathetic nervous system ba? Yes. To lower the heart rate? Precisely. Guys, next one. Can you also give your calcium channel blockers? Yes. Are these drugs that ends in dipine? Yes. Nifedipine. Amlodipine. Guys, ano yung dito para sa mga cardiac dysrhythmia? Sinabi mo natin si Vera Pamil, si Dilta Yazem. Claro? Yes. So sila ha, can you also give them for your atrial flutter? The answer is yes. Guys, magdagdag tayo. Number 3, don't forget, did we say atrial flutter has a risk of clot? Risk for clot formation. Yes, 'di ba nasabi natin kanina, because the atrium contracting very fast but the ventricle is not contracting every after the atrial contraction. Kaya nagkakaroon ng multiple P wave before a QRS segment. Ibig sabihin guys, hindi niya nabibigay kay ventricle yung contraction. In short, hindi niya nabibigay din ng maayos ang blood to the ventricles. So will the blood stay on the chamber of the atrium when that happens? Yes, when the blood stays in one situation or one place, will that promote the blood to congregate together to form a clot because of blood stasis? Yes, that's the reason why there is an increase in clot in your atrial flutter. So tell me, increase in clot. That's why, ma'am, can we give thrombotics. Antithrombotics. Guys, remember ha, when you say antithrombotics, the drugs you're giving here, guys, look, is that your heparin? Yes. And remember, heparin, can you give that subcutaneously? Yes. Can you also give that intravenously? Yes. And guys, remember about your heparin, is that a fast-acting? Yes. The moment you give it to the patient, you expect meron na yan therapeutic results at after a couple of hours. Yes, after administering. Guys, the next one, can you also give your warfarin to the patient? Perfect. Tell me, the route of warfarin, is it per ORM? Ibig sabihin oral yan, tablets yan? Yes. But the problem with warfarin, guys, medyo slow acting ba yan? Yes. Okay, claro. Yes. So these drugs, you are also anticipating them in a patient with what? Atrial flutter. Claro, guys? Yes. Okay. So that's number 3. Your antithrombotics. Okay? Hindi yan siya thrombolytics. Guys, antithrombotics. Antithrombus. Antithrombotics, antithrombus. When you say thrombus, clot yan. Claro? Yes, hence the word. Next, number 4. Alam na alam mo to. Guys, sulat mo dyan ha. Last resort only. Last resort only. If hindi nag-work ang vagal maneuver, if hindi nag-work ang beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, may atrial flutter pa rin ang pasyente mo na may hemodynamic instability of the brain, heart, and body. Klaro? Yes, yun lagi ang tatandaan mo ha. Dapat may hemodynamic instability of the brain, heart, and body. Pag hindi umubra lahat ng management mo, you know this. What's the last resort? Guys, tell me, can we do cardio version to the patient? Yes. Guys, tell me, in cardioversion, are you using a defibrillator machine? DM for short. Yes, you are using the defibrillator machine. Tell me, when you're using the defibrillator machine, the important thing you should do you have to put it on sync mode? Yes. Pag hindi mo nahanap ang sync mode, do you have to look for synchronize na button? Yes. Kasi you want to synchronize it precisely to the what? To the R wave. Claro? Yes. Ano yung motto natin, guys? Basta may R, pwedeng i-car or cardiovert. Kasi do we have to deliver it specifically on the R wave lang? Yes. Kasi the R wave is the highest contraction of the ventricles. Yes. The moment you deliver the shock on the R wave, you can allow the sinoatrial node to recapture the rhythm of the heart and go back to the 60 to 100 beats per minute. Yes. Klaro? Yun yung gustong gawin nino. Cardioversion. Klaro? Yes. Tell me guys, pag mag-cardiovert ka sa pasyente mo, guys, bawal ba ang oxygen? Do you have to turn it off? Yes. The next one, bawal ba na awake ang patient? Ibig sabihin you have to sedate? Yes. Okay? Kasi cardioversion is still delivering electrical shock to the heart of the patient so that the SA node may recapture the rhythm back to its normal pacing. Klaro? Yun yung purpose ng cardioversion mo. So again, do you have to turn off oxygen when you deliver the shock? Yes, or else sasabog kayong lahat dyan. Next, do you have to sedate the patient? Yes. Kasi guys, makakasuhan ka pag nag-cardiovert ka tapos hindi mo na sedate yan. It's very uncomfortable. Imagine delivering an electrical shock on a patient who's alive or awake. Klaro? So, sedate ba? Yes. Don't forget. Claro? Yes. So that's it. That's the same thing over and over again. So guys, nakikita mo, we have a pattern. We follow a specific pattern. So don't forget. Claro? Yes. So guys, we are done with atrial flutter. Guys, the next one, still we're under atrial dysrhythmias. The next one is we have supraventricular tachycardia. Yan naman guys. Supraventricular tachycardia. Guys, yes, that's an atrial dysrhythmia. Galing yan sa atrium. Guys, tingnan mo ang word, supraventricular. Supra, above the ventricle, tachycardic ang rhythm. So tell me, tachycardic ang rhythm nino ng above the ventricle chamber. Is that your atrium? Yes. So supraventricular tachycardia is a tachycardic atrium. So guys, kumbaga, atrial flutter, pag pinalala mo yan, guys, that's your supraventricular tachycardia. Klaro, parang step by the step lang. So in here, in supraventricular tachycardia, your atrial rate will at least reach to above 150 beats per minute. Klaro? So guys, tachycardic yan. Klaro? Your supraventricular tachycardia looks like this. Ayan. So guys, tignan mo ha. Tignan mo ang major difference nito with other tachycardic rhythms. Pag tingnan natin, ilocate natin ang PQRST wave. Look at that. Guys, we do not see the P wave. What do we see? It's a QRST. QRST. QRST waves lang lahat and they all look identical, correct? But they are conducted too fast. Look at that. Guys, every after 2 big boxes, meron ng next contraction of the ventricle or may next QRS na tayo. Anong sabi natin? Per big box is equivalent to 0.2 seconds. Ilang boxes after, guys? Nagkaroon ng contraction kaagad? 2 boxes lang. So, just in 0.4 seconds, meron ka ng contraction agad. Okay? The next heartbeat na kaagad. So, tachycardic rhythm nga. Klaro? Yes. But the thing is, anong napansin mo? Guys, absent. Sino? P-wave. Oh, tell me, supraventricular tachycardia, is that an atrial dysrhythmia? Yes. Atrial problem, P-wave problem ba? Yes. So tell me, absent P-wave, is that a problem? Yes. So is that an atrial problem? Yes. Precisely your what? Supraventricular tachycardia. Yes. So you may ask, Ma'am, bakit nawala ang P-wave? Nawala na siya, hindi na siya klaro. Guys, ang nangyayari dyan, dahil sobrang bilis ng atrial contraction mo, kasi tachycardic nga si atrium, supraventricular tachycardia, napupunta na kagad kay ventricle. Kaya ang nakikita mo na lang kagad is QRS segment, imbes na PQRST. Di ba dapat may konting gap pa? P, then QRST. Pero ang nangyayari is QRST na lang kaagad. Kasi ang bilis mag-contract ni atrium na bibigay niya kaagad kay ventricle ang electrical activity. Hence, only the ventricular activity is reflected. Since the ventricles are the stronger muscle pumps, they get reflected on the ECG pa rin. Klaro ba? Yes. Okay? So that's the reason why. So guys, kung makikita mo, ano yung difference to pinpoint this is supraventricular tachycardia? P-wave abnormality ba? Yes, the absence of the P-wave. Klaro, pag QRS segment na lang kagad, that's your supraventricular tachycardia. Klaro? Yes. So guys, alam mo na to. Tell me, what could have caused the patient to have your supraventricular tachycardia? Guys, tell me, pwede ba because ang patient sobra na sa activity? Nasobra na sa activity, guys? Yes. Pwedeng mag-SVT siya pag nasobrahan sa activity. Tell me, nasobrahan siya sa pagka-anxious, guys, or stress, psychologic problem, nasobrahan siya dyan. Pwede bang SVT? Yes, precisely. Guys, tell me the next one. Pwede bang nasobrahan siya sa stimulants? Yes. Tell me, stimulants, do we mean food? Like your chocolates, like your caffeine, nasobrahan siya doon. Yes, nag-binge eat siya guys ng dairy milk chocolate or ng tiramisu cake na may chocolate sprinkle or ng coffee, okay? Nasobrahan siya dyan, pwedeng mag-SVT. Tell me, pwede din ba masobrahan sa medications? Yes, na may epinephrine or epinephrine dopamine na content or alike contents of the three I just mentioned? Yes, guys, for example, mga nasal decongestants. Yes, precisely. Tell me, is it also because of the illicit drugs you have taken? Drugs. Guys, your ACE. Alam mo to, amphetamine or shabu kasi wala kang budget. Yes. Cocaine kasi sahod day. Yes. Ecstasy kasi nagpa-party ka. Yes. So guys, yun ha. Don't forget. Can these all cause your supraventricular tachycardia? Yes. Klaro. Pag nasobrahan ka dyan, yes, SVT ang bagsak mo. And ano pa guys, i-add ko lang ha, if I may add. SVT guys, this one is more common in women as compared to men. Okay? And this one is the most common kind of dysrhythmia you see in children. Claro? Yes, that's your SVT. So this one, mga important na mga demographics lang natin when it comes to the SVT. Minention ko siya, no? Kasi that one more specific and more linked to an SVT dysrhythmia. Claro? Yes, guys, and based on studies, yan ang nakita natin more in women as compared to men and the most common in children kind of dysrhythmia. Yan. So guys, tell me, in your SVT, supraventricular tachycardia, guys, most of the time, the patient will really present of palpitations, chest pain, difficulty breathing, tama? Yes. So ma'am, can I say that the patient will really present of your hemodynamic instability signs and symptoms? Yes. Guys, is that the symptoms you find in the brain, the heart, and the body? Yes. Tell me, in the brain, does that mean the patient can present with altered level of consciousness? Yes. In the heart, can the patient present with chest pain, ma'am? Yes. In the body, can that present, guys, low blood pressure? Claro? Yes. So, ma'am, if that happens to my patient, can I manage the patient now? Can I step in as a nurse? Precisely. Yan yung metric natin. Claro? So, guys, tell me, kapag nangyari yan, MGT tayo, management. Alam mo na to, guys. Pag sinabi nating supraventricular tachycardia, tachycardic rhythm ba yan? Yes. Kaya ang number one mong gagawin, the first thing you will do is no other than your letter V. That's your vagal stimulation ba? Yes. When you say vagal stimulation, is that the same when you say vagal maneuver ba? Yes. So tell me guys, vagal maneuver, are you trying to trigger the vagus nerve? Yes. Cranial nerve number 10? Yes. Tell me guys, cranial nerve number 10 for your parasympathetic nervous system? Yes. For your rest and digest? Yes. To lower your heart rate? Precisely. Kasi anong gusto mong nangyari dito guys? In a supraventricular tachycardia, gusto mong ibaba ang heart rate back to at least normal rhythm. Klaro? Normal rate o 100 beats per minute. Klaro? So tell me, when you say vagal stimulation or vagal maneuver, is that your carotid massage? Yes. Guys, is that bearing down on a closed glottis, ma'am? Mag-bear down ka man. Yes. Okay, guys, pwede din ba yan sa forceful coughing? Ma'am, ubo ka ng malakas, ma'am, multiple times ng paulit-ulit. Ahem, 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 hanggang sa mawala ang SVT? Yes, precisely. Guys, can we also put the face under eyes? Yung bowl na puno ng eyes to do your cold stimulus? Yes, okay. So guys, no, nakita nyo na ba yon? Dumaan na ba sa FYP nyo yon? Yung merong tachycardic rhythm ang pasyente sa monitor tapos pinapa-blow nila sa syringe.
Whoa, 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 the heart rate is 200, life-threatening arrhythmia. What do we do about it? We have him blow in a syringe and turn him upside down. Funny enough, this is called a modified Valsalva maneuver, and what it does, it stimulates the vagus nerve. Look at the monitor really closely. Heart rate's 170, and it begins to slow down. Oh, all right, so it worked.
So tell me, do you think, what kind of vagal maneuver is that? Blowing on that. Guys, para bang nagbe-bear down ka on a closed glottis? Yes. So ano ginagawa nun when you're blowing on a syringe? Guys, against a resistance. Guys, that one is still under your vagal maneuver, vagal stimulation. Claro? Yes. Okay, so yun ha. Those are the management we do in practice. Claro? Yes. Number 2, SVT to, medyo malala, guys, kasi masyadong tachycardic ang iyong atrium, masyadong mabilis ang pagtibok ng puso mo, ayaw natin na masustain yan kasi pwedeng magkaroon ng complication, pwedeng mapagod ang puso mo. Klaro? Kasi masyadong mabilis ang tibok niya. Guys, dito mag-i-introduce ako ng bagong medication, something more potent than a beta blocker, klaro? Or your calcium channel blocker. So guys, don't forget, kapag hindi umubra ang vagal stimulation, kasi yun yung first step, correct? Pag hindi umubra, tapos ang pasyente mo hemodynamically unstable pa rin talaga, this is the next thing you do. You give the drug, what we call your adenosine. You give adenosine, give that intravenously IV. Push. How push is the IV push, ma'am? 1 to 2 seconds. You give that so fast, 1 to 2 seconds, and then plus, we give that along with a 20 ml saline flush. Saline flush, guys, plain NSS lang yan, klaro? Flushing, 20 ml, klaro? Yes, and then after you do that, you elevate the extremity kung saan mo binigay ang iyong gamot. So, pag binigay mo sa kamay, after you give bolus IV push, and then you give your 20 ml saline flush, and then you elevate. Klaro? Yes, para dumaloy ka agad yung gamot na adenosine. Klaro? Yes, so that's how you do ha. That's how you give your adenosine. Don't forget, guys, IV push, 1 to 2 seconds with 20 ml saline flush, plus elevating the extremity. What's an important note here? Board-sensitive question. When you're giving adenosine, make sure the patient is on cardiac monitor. Why? Adenosine, it can cause a brief asystole. Claro? Brief asystole, ma'am, like the flat line? Yes, perfect. Why? Because when you give adenosine, it will try to pharmacologically reset the heart try to stop the rhythm of the heart para guys makapture ulit ng SA node mo yung normal pacing ng heart na 60 to 100 beats per minute. Klaro ba yon? Yes. Okay, so anong gagawin pag mabigay ng adenosine? Dapat ba naka-cardiac monitor? Yes, ma'am, because I know it can cause a brief asystole to the patient. Kasi anong gusto mong mahuli guys? Gusto mo brief lang ang asystole. Baka mamaya hindi na naging brief, baka naging asystole na talagang pasyente mo over and over. So, bawal yon ha. Kaya dapat naka-cardiac monitor. Kasi the adenosine IV push can cause a brief asystole. And you have to monitor for that. Klaro ba? Yes. Okay, and hopefully after the brief asystole, you see again the perfect PQRST rhythm on a slower rate. Klaro? Yes, to manage the SVT or supraventricular tachycardia. Tell me, adenosine, that's the first drug you can give. Can you also give, guys, your beta blockers? Yes, the drugs that ends in olol. Yes, metoprolol, atenolol, propranolol. Guys, anong gagawin nila? Will they block the beta cells? Yes, to block the SNS, sympathetic nervous system. Yes, to hopefully lower the heart rate. Perfect. Guys, tell me, can we also give calcium channel blockers? Yes. Are these your dipines? Yes. Nifedipine. Your amlodipine. Guys, ano yung pinakakilala pag cardiac dysrhythmias ang usapan? Is that your verapamil. Your diltiazem. Klaro? Yes. So guys, ayun na, calcium channel blockers as well. And lastly, number 3 guys, tell me, if hindi nag-work ang lahat ng bagay na yan, ano yung last resort natin? Kabisado mo na to. Guys, are we gonna do cardioversion? Yes, i-cardiovert mo na yan. Guys, tell me, cardioversion, are you using a machine? Yes, is that your defibrillator machine? Yes, DM, defibrillator machine. So tell me, when you're using the defibrillator machine, do you have to look for a setting? Yes. Do you have to put it on sync mode? Yes. Kung hindi mo nahanap ang sync mode, hanapin mo ba ang synchronize mode? Yes. Kasi gusto mo siya i-synchronize saan? R-wave ba? Yes. Is that the highest point of the QRS segment? Yes. The highest point of ventricular contraction? Yes. Doon mo ba dapat i-deliver ang electrical shock ng cardioversion? Yes. Kasi what's our motto, guys? Basta may R, pwedeng i-car. Klaro? Yes. And you synchronize it on the R wave so that you deliver the shock on the R wave so that the SA node may recapture the rhythm of the heart and hopefully go back to the normal rate of 60 to 100 beats per minute. Klaro ba yon? Yes. Guys, remember, when you're doing cardioversion, do you have to turn off the oxygen? Bawal bang may oxygen na open? Yes, or else sasabog kayong lahat. Guys, next one, hindi ba pwedeng gising ang pasyente? Yes, so that means we have to sedate the patient. Yes, because we're delivering a shock through the chest to reach the heart's SA node. So we have to sedate, or else, guys, uncomfortable ba mag-deliver ng shock in a patient who's awake and conscious? Yes, klaro? Yes, okay, so that's it. Klaro ba? We have a pattern to follow? Yes, and don't forget them. Guys, tapos na ba tayo sa SVT, your supraventricular tachycardia? Yes. And the last rhythm for your atrium, dysrhythmia, don't forget this, guys. Ang next one naman na pag-usapan natin is ang iyong atrial fibrillation. When you see the word fibrillation, guys, ang word na fibrillation in and of itself, it means ugly. Ibig sabihin, erratic. Ibig sabihin, chaotic. Guys, ugly, erratic, chaotic. Sino? Ang atrial mo or atrium chambers mo. So tell me, sino ang ugly, erratic, and chaotic? Alam mo to, siya ang iyong P-wave. Pangit na siya, guys. Hindi mo na siya madedetermine na P-wave pala to. Hindi na kita nakilala P-wave kasi ang pangit-pangit mo na, ang erratic mo na, ang chaotic mo na. That's how you define a fibrillation. Klaro? So when you look at the electrocardiogram, if it's an atrial fibrillation, sino dapat ang pangit? Guys, si P-wave. QRS and T-wave mo, beautiful ba? Perfect ba sila? Yes, kasi an atrial problem is a P-wave problem. Atrial fibrillation is a P-wave that's ugly, erratic, and chaotic. So this one, it looks like this. Ayan. So guys, oh, tignan mo. Tignan mo naman yan. Zoom natin ha. That's your atrial fibrillation. Now, let's take a look at the PQRST waves. Guys, the P wave, so ugly. You have the perfect QRST. The P wave, so ugly. Then the perfect QRST. And then PQRST. And then ugly P wave. And then QRST. Klaro ba? Yes. So guys, tell me, are they all ugly P waves? Yes. Ugly na sila, madami pa. Guys, ang nangyayari dito, kapag ugly ang P wave mo, ibig sabihin lang yan guys, ugly din ang atrial contraction. Klaro? Yes. So kumbaga, sa fibrillation, kung titingnan mo yung muscle layer ng atrium mo guys, eme lang siya. Parang kinikiliti niya lang ang heart. Eh hindi kilitian ng heart. Dapat dyan seryoso kayo. Dapat seryoso kayong nagko-contract. Klaro? Kasi nakasalalay sa inyo ang buhay ng tao, di ba? So, kung ikaw ay umaeme lang na atrium, hindi maayos ang contraction, tandaan mo, isipin mo ha, ano ba ang function ng atrium? Ano ang function ng upper chambers ng heart mo? Is it to squeeze the blood to the ventricles? Yes. So guys, take a look at that. Pag ngayon, in atrial fibrillation, umieme-eme lang ang atrium mo. Guys, eto ha, dito mo i-associate ang mataas na risk for clot formation. Clot formation, thrombus, clot or thrombus formation. Saan mo i-associate yan? Atrial fibrillation. Kasi guys, umi-eme-eme lang contraction niya, hindi niya binibigay ng maayos ang dugo sa ventricles. So tell me, pag ginagawa ng atrium mo yan, upper chambers of the heart, nagsistay ba ang blood sa upper chamber? Yes, and you know this, if there's blood stasis, will that increase the risk of the blood clumping together and creating or forming a clot, forming a thrombus? Yes. Yes, my dear. Kaya anong nangyayari kapag may atrial fibrillation ka, guys? You are at risk for clot formation. Kaya pag nakikita natin sa pasyente natin yan, atrial fibrillation, most of the time, we would want to stop that rhythm. Remember, if you're at risk for clot, that's in your heart. The clot, can it go to the brain and cause a stroke? Ischemic stroke. Yes, a stroke caused by a clot clogged in the brain's circulation. Yes. Guys, another one. The clot in the atrium, can it go to the lungs? Yes. And can cause pulmonary embolism? Yes, precisely. So guys ha, kaya ayaw natin. It has a lot of high risk for mga complications what you don't want. Like stroke, like pulmonary embolism. Coming from a what rhythm? Atrial fibrillation. Kaya gusto natin i-terminate ang rhythm na yan or put an end to that rhythm. But, guys, punta tayo ngayon sa MGT ha. MGT tayo ngayon ng iyong atrial fibrillation. Don't forget this. The first thing that we consider when we have an atrial fibrillation, we want to start our antithrombotics. Antithrombotics. Pag sinabi mong anti, bawal ang thrombotics or ang iyong thrombus or ang iyong clot. Bawal. So guys, do you anticipate the medications? Heparin? Yes. Is that the one you can give subcutaneous? Yes. And intravenously? Yes. That's the one with a fast-acting mechanism? Yes. To stop the formation of clot, to avoid clots. Claro? Guys, another one. Do you also have your warfarin? Yes, that one you give per orem, oral yan, in tablet form. Yes, but that one is a little slow. Yes. So guys, you anticipate these medications as an antithrombotics for a patient with atrial fibrillation. Siya ang number one kasi at risk ka for what? Clot formation. Anong nagiging at risk ka guys? Clot formation that can become a what? A stroke. What kind of stroke? Ischemic stroke. The stroke that comes from obstruction in the blood circulation of the brain. Another one, can it also cause a pulmonary problem? Yes. Your pulmonary embolism? Yes. Is that a clot in the circulation of the lungs? Yes. So dangerous complications that is life-threatening to the patient. Kaya gusto natin i-terminate ang rhythm na yan. Klaro? Yes. An important note here guys, no? Antithrombolytics, kinoconsider na natin yan kaagad, lalo na kapag more than 48 hours na na-sustain ng pasyente mo ang atrial fibrillation. Oh, the question is, ma'am, if you want to terminate the rhythm, why not deliver the shock right away? Why not cardiovert the patient right away? Guys, isip, tell me, is there an increased risk for clot formation in an atrial fibrillation? Yes. So tell me, the moment you shock the patient right away by using your cardioversion, will you be able to deliver the shock? And when the shock is delivered, will it throw the clot to the brain and cause the stroke? Yes. Will it throw the clot to the lungs and cause pulmonary embolism? Yes. That's why ang gusto mo is to make sure that there are no clots formed. Claro? Yes. So you may think, bakit hindi na lang tayo magbigay ng thrombolytics, ma'am, to dissolve whatever clot is there? Guys, dito no, ang pagbigay natin ng thrombolytics, hindi yan basta-basta. Kailangan yan under the discretion of the physicians. Kaya tayo mga nurses, ang pinakaunang kinoconsider muna natin is yung mga lighter kind of medication na will not put the patient at higher risk for whatever kind of complication. Kaya ang inaaral natin, alam natin na may higher risk for clot, we think first for those that will prevent the clot formation. For example, antithrombotics like your warfarin. Yes. Like your heparin. Klaro? Yes. Guys, dagdag mo dyan. Pwede ka ba din magbigay, ma'am, ng aspirin? Yes. Kasi anti-platelets ba yan? Yes. Ma'am, can I also give my clopidogrel? Yes. Kasi anti-platelet din ba yan? Yes. So most of the time, these are the drugs that we look into rather than a thrombolytics therapy. So guys, yan ha, under the discretion of the physician na yan. Ang important for your exams, you should know. You should give medications to prevent clot formation. And these are your what? Heparin, your warfarin, aspirin, and clopidogrel. Claro? Yes. So anticipate giving these medications. Number 2, di ba, we want to try and restart the rhythm of the heart or we want to terminate that rhythm. Kaya dito, since tayo ay careful when delivering the shock or else we are risking the clot being dislodged to the brain or to the lungs, ang gagawin natin guys, we have the i-introduce natin dito ngayon ang concept ng pharmacologic cardioversion. Ayan. So, ma'am, may cardioversion pala ng pharma? Yes. Ibig sabihin, you are inducing cardioversion but using your medications. Amazing, di ba? So, guys, pag sinabi mong pharmacologic cardioversion, ang bida sa mga gamot ay walang iba kundi sino? Si amiodarone. Amiodarone. Claro? Yes, amiodarone is the drug you can give to the patient to give or to trigger a pharmacologic cardioversion. So when you say amiodarone, you give that intravenously. Claro? Yes. How long of an intravenous IV push? Push din yan guys ha. But push, how long? At least 10 minutes. Claro? At least 10 minutes ay natapos mo nang ibigay ang amiodarone. So, comparative to your adenosine, di ba si adenosine, slam mo talaga yan. Ibibigay mo talaga yan siya in 1 to 2 seconds. This one, amiodarone. This one, si amiodarone, ibibigay mo yan ng IV push for at least 10 minutes. Claro? So, different references will give you different results. This one, I got it from your ACLS protocol. Claro? Yes, so amiodarone ang ibibigay mo dyan. Amiodarone for what? Guys, acute ha, sa mga acute. Sa mga nangyayari ngayon na atrial fibrillation, the right now, yung nandyan sa hospital mo. Guys, meron pa akong i-introduce na medication, your flecainide. Ayan. Eto si flecainide, guys, no, put a star. This one, ibibigay mo yan sa pasyente mo sa mga may chronic. Sa mga may chronic na na atrial fibrillation. Yung lagi-lagi talaga dinadatnan ng atrial fibrillation, guys. And tolerated na ng katawan nila. Klaro? Yes, so may mga taong ganun ha, na may constant and sustained atrial fibrillation na nangyayari sa kanilang buhay. So ang gagawin ng doktor, no, madalas, we anticipate your flecainide. This is the medication we give for chronic AFib or atrial fibrillation, AFib. So guys, ano yan? This is what they term as the pill in the pocket. Ibig sabihin, pwede mong gawing maintenance. Kapag meron ka ng atrial fibrillation na chronic. Klaro? Sino yan? Flecainide. But for the acute, the right now, yung nangyayari ngayon sa hospital, yung pasyente mo ngayon sa harap mo, anong ibibigay mo for pharmacologic cardioversion? Amiodarone. Klaro ba yon? Yes. Perfect. So guys, that's number 2, pharmacologic. Number 3, guys, pag sure na tayo na walang clot formation ng pasyente, ang gagawin natin, alam mo na to, cardioversion na tayo, the electric one. Yung tinuro ko kanina, yun mga electric cardioversion, yun, delivering a shock. Klaro? Yes, alam mo na to. When you cardiovert, are we gonna use a defibrillator machine? DM, defibrillator machine. Yes. Guys, when you use the defibrillator machine, do you want to put it on sync mode? Yes. Pag sinabing sync mode, ma'am, hindi ko nahanap. Can I use synchronize mode? Yes, precisely. Because you want to synchronize it to the what? To the R wave. Kasi anong sabi natin, guys? For your cardioversion, basta may R, pwedeng i-car? Yes. So tell me, atrial fibrillation, is there a perfect R wave? Yes. The problem is just in the P wave. The one that's ugly, erratic, and chaotic is just your P wave. But your QRS is perfect. Tama? Yes. So you synchronize the cardioversion or the delivery of shock in the R wave. Kasi that's the highest point of ventricular contraction. Claro? Yes. So you deliver it there to try and hopefully restart the rhythm of the heart, allow the SA node to recapture the rhythm of the heart so that the SA node may start again to 60 to 100 beats per minute, which is the normal rate and rhythm of the heart. Klaro ba yon? Yes. So guys, ayun ha. Guys, tell me, kapag magka-cardioversion ka, do you have to turn off the oxygen tank? Yes. Or else, sasabog kayong lahat. The next one, does the patient have to be awake? No. Dapat siya ay sedated. Klaro? Sedate the patient kasi you are delivering a shock. Klaro ba yon? Yes. So that's the best answer. You sedate the patient when you are delivering cardioversion. So guys, pansin mo yon? Klaro ba? Yes, may pattern pa rin tayo. So guys, we are now done with your atrial dysrhythmias.